Hello and welcome back once again. I am the Otaku, and today we are looking at the Star Wars Battlefront SE-14C, or what I like to call the pew 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 pew! The SE-14C, which I'm just going to refer to as the 14C, is interesting in that it shoots a 5-round burst which packs quite a punch at short distances, and is considered the close quarters counterpart to the EE-3. However, the EE-3 is only a 3-round burst, and has some different stats. If you are interested in that blaster as well, I have a video on it which I will link in the description below. But for now, let's go ahead and pull up the stats for the 14C so we can analyze how it's been designed and how to better use it. Directing our eyes to the damage chart, you will notice the 14C starts off with 20 damage per round. At 25 meters, the damage begins to drop off, and at a very short 40 meters is already doing half the damage with 10 damage per round. This damage drop-off alone already tells us that this blaster is clearly designed for close quarters, having a similar damage drop-off to the DH-17 and DL-44 pistols, as well as the CA-87, all blasters meant for very close range encounters. Yet we do want to remember that the 14C is a 5-round burst, so within the 25 meters you're actually doing 20 damage times 5, because there is 5 rounds per burst, which makes it 100 damage or a 1 burst kill within the 25 meters. This is very, very, very powerful. After that range, and between 25 to 40 meters, where the damage is dropping off, the blaster is going to severely lose its potency. You can still get kills, but it will require 2 to 3 bursts, and after that, I honestly wouldn't even shoot at targets unless they're standing still or low on health. And I will explain why I say that. So the 14C shoots at 800 rounds per minute during burst mode, and then there's the short delay between shots, making the constant rounds per minute a very slow 110. So if you can burst and use all 5 rounds to hit someone, securing the kill, then you're shooting at an effective 800 RPM. If you miss, or require more than that 1 burst for the kill, then the effective RPM is significantly reduced and makes it really tough to win gunfight. Even at medium and short ranges, it can be a little tricky to get all 5 rounds from the burst to hit a target. You will notice the targets standing still or running more of a straight line are easy to kill, while someone moving completely horizontal can be super easy to miss if you don't lead your shots. The heat on the 14C isn't too much of a bother. It requires 29 rounds or 6 bursts before you will overheat. But if you can't handle the gun very well and miss a lot, or are trying to shoot at ineffective ranges, then once again you're going to run into the problem. The recoil on the 14C is 0.3 in all directions, which means horizontal and vertical. This isn't too bad, especially because you have a delay between the bursts, but it is still more than other blasters, so expect to feel a teeny bit of shake, especially when you're doing the longer distance encounters. It's just going to make it that much more difficult. The spread on the 14C starts at 0, which is nice, but increases at 0.3 per round, which is not. Once again, the delay between bursts kind of saves you, reducing the spread to almost 0 before another burst is fired. So to spell it out for you and make it very clear, every single stat on the 14C says use at close range. If you ignore that and pick fights at the long distances, you will probably lose more often than not. I looked at the time to kill charts, and this is made even more obvious by the fact that the 14C stays in 3rd place all the way up to 25 meters. The CA-87, which very few people actually use, is in 1st place, but that can probably just be ignored. And then the DL-44 is in 2nd, but much like the 14C, it loses its effectiveness when you miss because it has a slow rate of fire. In fact, I'm willing to bet if you were to go head-to-head with the DL-44 in close quarters, and you connect all 5 rounds of your burst, you will probably win that gunfight 9 times out of 10. However, after that 25 meter mark, the 14C is near the end of the pack, and like I mentioned before, should not be used in 1v1 engagements unless they're standing still or low health to begin with. Overall, I really love this blaster because it rewards me for playing to its strengths at close quarters, as well as being very accurate. I personally use the scout trait on game modes like Drop Zone, Blast, and Cargo, so I can ninja around and take out enemies without being detected. And I like Scan Pulse so I can get the jump and beat out the pesky DL-44 users. Explosive shot can be very deadly as well, and good to throw on if you find yourself constantly losing 1v1 fights, or engaging enemies in that one area of the map that is just outside of your effective reach, as it will not only secure a kill with less rounds of burst, but also increases that one burst kill window to much further than 25 meters. I'm the kind of player though that pays a lot of attention to where and how I navigate a map when I'm using the close range weapons. I don't want to find myself in those kind of situations, so I usually don't. I also have pretty good accuracy, so it isn't too often that I miss and need to activate it to try and make up for that. With that being said, I found the best use of explosive rounds is actually on heroes versus villains. Watch the examples and see just how much damage and how quickly I can kill a hero with the 14C using the explosive rounds. This is absolutely the best use that I've found for the 14C. It's very fun to be able to 1v1 a hero given the right circumstances. So what do you think of the 14C? Let me know your experiences with it in the comments below. It seems that lately people are starting to catch on to just how good it is. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more videos to come. Until then, may the Force be with you.